Today, I've been spending most of my day trying to get more attention on our major Flint bombshell story, which Jen and I have been spending days working on getting more attention on it. We have some progress. Some people are responding to us that they might speak out, so that's a positive. But I didn't do much other than that. But I did see the collective freak out. The collective, it's like Russiagate sometimes is dormant. Sometimes Russiagate and the new Cold War like goes to sleep for a little bit, but then it explodes. So, I think around like 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast, you get a news alert that Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer, is making a, surprise appearance in federal court. And then all of a sudden, Michael Cohen to plead guilty to lying to Congress. And my first thought is, oh my God, is lying to Congress, is that actually like, are people being held accountable for that now in America? Is lying to Congress like now illegal again? Because if Michael Cohen is going to, have problems because he lied to Congress, can we finally bring Michigan Governor Rick Snyder into court? Because he perjured himself in front of Congress. It's proven. Rick Snyder perjured himself in front of Congress. You got James Clapper lied in front of Congress. John Brennan lied in front of Congress. Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell lied in front of Congress. Mark Zuckerberg lied in front of Congress. Brett Kavanaugh lied in front of Congress. I mean, hell, if I did the research, we could have a whole hour of people that have lied in front of Congress and just went on their way. Apparently, Michael Cohen lied to Congress when he said that the Trump hotel and negotiations with Russia over trying to get a Trump tower in Moscow, Michael Cohen had originally said that those negotiations, and that ended, early, before Trump. I think it was before Trump became a candidate. So let's take a look at the specifics here. You got President Donald Trump spoke more extensively during the presidential election with his then attorney Michael Cohen about the proposed Trump Tower project in Moscow than Cohen admitted to Congress last year. Cohen said while pleading guilty Thursday in federal court to a charge from special counsel Robert Mueller's office. Cohen, who previously said talks about the Moscow project had ended in January 2016, just prior to the Iowa caucuses, said he had lied out of a sense of obligation to Trump. I made these statements to be consistent with individual one, who is Trump, political messaging, and out of loyalty to individual one, again, Trump. Individual one was identified in court filings as Trump, and Cohen identified him as such in a New York courtroom. Cohen, who famously once declared he would take a bullet for Trump, is cooperating with Mueller and has spoken with the special counsel's office for more than 70 hours on topics beyond Moscow, a source with knowledge of the discussions told CNN. He pleaded guilty earlier this year to 8 counts in separate case, blah, 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 blah. So it seems that Michael Cohen lied to Congress. Color me surprised. It seems that Donald Trump, while running for office, and remember, when I read this story, I mean, I'm sorry, I know I was attacked already on Twitter for saying this, but like, what is it about Michael Cohen lying to Congress about that he and Trump were basically still trying to negotiate this hotel in Moscow during the campaign? And remember, yes, and by the way, at Michael Moore, all of you, at Michael Moore, send him that Mediaite story. Maybe he'll pay attention when he sees celebrities are tweeting about it. So all of you on a rush, at Michael Moore right now with our Mediaite story. Let's get this status quo army going, baby. So it's been widely reported that Donald Trump thought he was going to lose the election. So is anyone surprised that thinking he was going to lose the election, he sleazily was still trying to get a hotel deal in Russia? I get what they're saying as far as, well, if he was negotiating and trying to get this hotel deal in Russia, then it could sway his proposals and his policies as a candidate, and also the Republican at the RNC, the Republican platform, where they changed the language on Ukraine. But I mean, my God, watching CNN, you would think Richard Nixon just resigned today. Watching CNN, you would think that they released the tapes of Nixon during Watergate. I don't get it. Do you get it? Does anybody get it? So they're making it seem like this is the smoking gun. This is the smoking gun in Russiagate. Michael Cohen lying to Congress about Trump still trying to land the hotel in Moscow during the campaign, which, by the way, is the least shocking thing I've ever heard. I'm not saying it's right. He shouldn't have been doing that. Frankly, if you're running for office, you shouldn't be trying to land real estate deals with foreign governments if you're running to be president. I totally agree with that, and it is problematic. But what does this have to do with collusion? No, I'm not giving an opinion. I'm really asking you, the audience. Can somebody tell me, what does this have to do with collusion? I don't get it. What I don't understand, I'm trying to get it. I'm really trying to understand this. Okay, so Michael Cohen lies in front of Congress. Not surprising that, of course, it's newsworthy that he lied to Congress. And he lied that Trump was still dealing with Russia on the hotels, trying to get a hotel. What is Trump still talking to Russia about the hotel have to do with the quote-unquote hacking of the Democratic National Committee and John Podesta, and the quote-unquote collusion with the Trump campaign and the Russian government? What does that have to do? Propaganda. Do you have inside sources on that as far as Aaron Mate, or that's just your opinion? I don't get it. What does it have to do with collusion? Because people on Twitter today, when I pointed that out, they were saying, well, the investigation is not over, Jordan. So why are you making it seem like this is a big nothing? Yeah, it's not over, but at some point, folks, if Robert Mueller had any hard evidence of collusion, why would he be starting? What would be with all these breadcrumbs before? Usually, if you have hard evidence of some type of collusion or criminal coordination between a foreign government and a political campaign, yeah, you could go after smaller fish first. But I mean, it's been 2 years now, so I got to tell you something. I don't think it's a good thing that Michael Cohen lied to Congress. I think it is a rather big deal that Donald Trump was trying to do real estate deals while he was running for office, because obviously if you're trying to do real estate deals with Russia, most people would think that you might be favorable to Russia as president. So if you're running as a candidate, negotiating with Russia for a deal in Moscow for one of your hotels, most people would think that would kind of make you itty tiny bitty indebted to Russia as president, and you would make policy favorable to Russia rather than the American people. I don't get it. I don't understand. What is the smoking gun? Because CNN, it's like they dug up Richard Nixon out of his grave, and it's now surpassed Watergate on CNN and MSNBC today. So I don't know. I don't know what more to say. I think that this is not a nothing burger, but it's not evidence. It's not evidence of anything criminal. Like, if Trump was still trying to make a deal with Russia while he was running for candidate, I'm not going to lie, I didn't have a lot of time today to look into it, but as far as I know, there's no crime against that. There's no crime against the businessman still doing real estate deals with a foreign government while he's running for president. I mean, there would be a crime if he was making promises to that government in return for them opening up one of his I think it would be kind of criminal if he was making promises that I'll give you something as president if you open up this hotel. But that would be, if that's the case, if that's what they're getting at, that would be really moving the bar from Donald Trump's campaign, worked with the Russian government to hack John Podesta's emails, to hack the DNC emails, and distribute them through WikiLeaks. Because as far as I know, I was on the campaign trail, that was the original charge. And I'm sure, I'm sure the Young Turks and some others are going to be out of their mind today and screaming, mission accomplished, we got him. But I don't get it. I don't see it, and I don't get it. It seems to me that this is Michael Cohen's in trouble for lying to Congress, but I don't know how is this connected to the criminal Cold War 3.0 criminal collusion between Donald Trump's campaign and Robert Mueller and Russia. Because I'm not against, if there's actual facts and evidence that Trump's campaign worked with the Russian government, I'd like to know. I've always been, let's see the evidence. I say be careful what you wish for, because Donald Trump being impeached gives you President Mike Pence, who's just as evil as Donald Trump. He might sound nicer than Donald Trump, but he's just as evil, and more importantly, he's a hell of a lot more competent, and he could get a lot more regressive, horrendous, evil bills made into laws as a President Pence. That's for shit sure.